Okay. Good morning, friends.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. All right. So let's begin today for our communication skills. In yesterday's class, I think that people have discussed how questions will be there for your IC second, and we people were discussing about I think that dialogue writing, and here we people will discuss one example, and then we people will just continue with that. What I think we have not done with tenses, so we need to finish that also. So I will share the screen immediately, and we will discuss one dialogue, how to write a dialogue usually. Just 1 minute. Okay, so here if you go in 3.1, you'll come to know about situational conversations, and in the exam, you people have to attempt that two situations. In fact, three will be given. Out of these three situations, you people have to attempt any two, and each dialogue will be for 5 marks. So those 5 marks, how it will be again. This divided. So according to these points, you people have to begin your dialogue with greetings. So first of all, there should be greetings. So only people just to pay attention that you are going to pay attention to these points. If your dialogue is not having greetings, you will lose marks there. Then next you will be just development of dialogue. So you people have to think of the situation, and accordingly what situation is there, you people start writing, develop your dialogues there. And at the end there will be closing also. So based on your closing, you people will think that whether the situation is formal or informal, and then you people will just choose the closing sentences. So it may be good day to you, have a nice day, take thank you very much for your help, it was pleasure talking to you. Or if the situation is informal, in that case you can say take care, see you soon, bye, tata, something like this you people can use. Okay, so out of this, here a few situation, a dialogue between two friends regarding the schedule of final exam. So maybe this is current scenario, you people are going to face your final exam, and recently I think that your timetable has been displayed. You come to know about this. So probably this situation, you people may just think how we can write dialogue about that. Or maybe between the bank manager and the customer about opening a new account, between an office staff of the student section and a student who inquires about the scholarship. Or two students discussing about timetable of final exam, again repeated. And between two friends about how they plan to spend their vacation, or between two friends about their hobbies, between the librarian and a student who has lost a book of the library, between father and son about importance of reading. So out of that, we people just take one situation here. This situation we people will take between the bank manager and the customer about opening a new account. Okay, so I think that this is common situation again, and we people have come across with such kind of situations in our life also. So you people can just imagine uh, how usually and what communication may take place between these two people. Okay, so let's try to write down. Here I would like to tell, I think yesterday also I told that everybody or all people are different, nobody is same. So here it is not possible that all people will write the same dialogue. So don't try to copy down what is given there in the notes. It is not necessary. If you want to be creative, if you want to write a different answer, so don't try to copy from those notes, rather than you try to develop your own dialogue. And you people have seen how to begin our dialogue. For example, we people can just think of two characters are here. So one is customer, okay, and another is bank manager. So usually the customer, C stands for customer, so customer will start his dialogue, okay. So you people have to use colon. So what customer will begin, he first of all you people have to think of the greetings. So usually bank timing is in the afternoon, so the customer is going to greet that bank manager, good afternoon sir, okay. So this is first beginning of dialogue. So in reply or in return to that, there is bank manager, now it is his turn. So probably bank manager is going to also say good afternoon, and then there will be one more reply of bank manager, and he may ask this person customer, how may I help you? Okay, so what is this? Now it has become a question. So there was one MCQ. Generally, dialogue is in the form of question answer. So here, how may I help you? This became a question. Okay, so now it is customer's turn. So what help customer needs? So customer will say that I am here to know about opening a new account. Okay, so you can write it different also. I want to open a new account, you can write this sentence also, or you can just ask like that, I wanted some information असं म्हणू शकता. You can use variety of different sentences. So as per my imagination, as per my thinking, I choose that I am here to know about opening a new account. I can add this sentence in your bank. Okay, so this is the reply of customer. So now you people can think what bank manager will say after this. He can say certainly, of course, yes, sure. So you can use anything, so such words are required. So you people can use this. After that, you people are going to use exclamatory mark, and then bank manager is going to ask some question now. So he's going to ask, maybe it depends upon you. If he's going to ask what kind of, which account he wants to open, which type of account do you want to open? So this is question again. Okay, so now customer will talk about that what kind of account he requires. So usually there are 2-3 types of accounts, but all people usually open saving account. So I want to open a saving account. Okay, so then next turn is of bank manager. So bank manager, what bank manager is going to ask then? So now procedure begins, and then in this case you people will just think that what comes next. So bank manager probably is going to ask, have you brought all documents? Okay, so here now customer may reply that which documents are required. So again, question is again responded with another question. So here now bank manager is going to give answer now. So he's going to tell the customer that what documents: one, passport size photograph, then you can use Aadhaar card, or you can say proof of address, proof of identity also, photocopy, and ration card photocopy, and original. Okay, so these are the documents required. Now, if this is the list of documents, then now it is turn of customer. And if all these documents are there, now responses can vary. म्हणजे काय काय येऊ शकतात रिस्पॉन्स. देर आर नंबर ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटीज की कस्टमर म्हणू शकतो की आय डोंट हॅव पासपोर्ट साइज फोटो, आय हॅव आधार कार्ड अँड रेशन कार्ड, और यू कॅन से आय हॅव आधार कार्ड अँड photo, I don't have ration card, or he may say I have Aadhaar card but I don't have ration card, so instead of that can I use voter ID. So number of possibilities are there. So that's how I told it depends upon the your imagination. It is not the question where you can prepare learn answer by heart and then you can write. So it is not like that. Okay. So in this situation, just imagine that customer has all this document. So he's going to say I have all these documents, here they are. Okay, so it means that the additionally the skilled people can write in bracket instructions पण असतात बघा. Here you can mention like this: customer hands over the documents to the bank manager. म्हणजे एखादी गोष्ट ऍक्शन मध्ये काहीतरी घडते तर ते सांगण्यासाठी असं ब्रॅकेटचा पण वापर केला जातो. ओके, सो यू ट्राय टू डेव्हलप इन दिस वे ऑल्सो. इज इट ऑडिबल? ऐकता येते का? आवाज येतोय का सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हा, ओके, फाईन. So hands over the documents to the manager, and now this is turn of bank manager. Now bank manager, what will say? So next procedure comes, usually there is an application form. So bank manager is going to say, please fill this form completely and attach photocopies of each document to this form. Okay, so now you can just add some points, and it depends upon, this is a skill, in fact this is writing skill. So how you want to make it effective. So here you can just write down customer fills the application form, in bracket you can write down customer fills the application form and attaches the document. Okay, so now you can write it down in the bracket, or imagine that customer has filled this form and he has submitted. So now it is customer's turn. He's saying, here is the application form, and he is requesting, please check the all form and documents. Okay, so now bank manager is going to say, it's all correct. So now maybe here, is it visible? दिसते काय?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's all correct, bank manager will say, and then maybe customer wants to inquire more about when will I get, let's imagine, passbook, checkbook, and ATM card or debit card, you can say. So bank manager is going to give more information about that. Maybe after 1 week you will get your passbook, checkbook, and ATM card. Okay. So maybe right now this is sufficient. Now that's okay for customer also. And now customer, if we want to close this dialogue now, this is all what they want to discuss. And if you want to write more, you can write also here. You can write number of points added. But right now it is okay that all the questions he has asked, or maybe customer can ask more questions about transactions, about uh, NFT or RTGS transactions, online banking, and so many questions can be asked. But right now, if I want to, this is sufficient and I want to close it. So now it is customer's turn, and customer has satisfied his all queries. So he's going to say, thank you very much for your help and guidance or information, you can say. Okay. So again, now bank manager is going to say, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So now the last closing greetings you people are going to use. So customer is going to say, have a great day, sir. Or you can use whatever. Have a great day, have a nice day, have a wonderful day, something like this. Okay. So you are going to use this. And then bank manager is also going to say, thank you and same to you. Something like this. It can be different also. So here you people have done your dialogue. So what care you people are supposed to take care here?
Sir,
Yes. Yes.
कस्टमरच्या इथं लास्टला क्वेश्चन मार्क हवा ना इथं वेन विल आय गेट पासबुक चेकबुक
Ah,
अँड
yes.
एटीएम कार्ड.
Yes. You are right. Exactly. It is expected. If it is question, when will I get passbook, checkbook, and ATM card? So this is question. So it will be question marks. So you people have to pay attention to such minute details also. So thank you for reminding me. So I was talking about what care you people should take while writing such a dialogue. Okay. So first of all, you should be very uh, maybe I can say you have idea about what situation is. Okay, so in that case it will be okay to write down. Suppose that this situation, I think that it is difficult for me. In that case, I'm not able to develop this dialogue. So you people have to choose the situation which you feel that this is simple for me and I can handle this situation, I can develop this situation. In that case, you people can just choose this situation. And then again, you people can just think of the points like this. First of all, greetings. You check like this, whether you have used greetings. Yes, you have used greetings. Then have you developed a dialogue? Situation. Yes, there is development of dialogue. And last, closing. Is there closing? Yes, there is closing also. So these are main 3 points that you people have to take care when you people are going to write a dialogue, any dialogue. So again, apart from this, when you people are going to start writing a dialogue, what care you people have to take care? First of all, there you people have to check the spelling of words. You shouldn't make any spelling mistakes. Maybe there could be a minor, but there should not be a lot of spelling mistakes. If the reader will find, it will not be okay. So you people have to take care about your spellings. Then next care you people have to take about grammar. You people have to choose sentences as per the tense and sentence structure, question structure, statements, etc. Exactly. Then next care you people have to check, it is about punctuation marks. Means where there is full stop, you have to use full stop. Where there is question mark, where there is exclamatory mark, and if it requires single inverted comma, double inverted comma, etc. So all those points you people have to take care while writing dialogue. Okay. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, suggestions, or any other ideas, you may ask me. Has anyone any questions? And this is just sample. You can write differently. Everybody, as I told you, nobody is going to have same thinking, same imagination. Everybody's imagination can vary. Everybody's dialogue is different. But if you are going to copy, I can immediately understand. If you are copied from that notes, I immediately understand that you just copy pasted. So no response. So what should I understand? Everything is clear or nothing is clear?
Sir, no doubt.
Ha. Okay, fine. All right. So I will just, should I make it clear, or if you want to, you can take screenshot of this.
सर
Ha, yes.
सर तिथे गुड आफ्टरनूनच्या नंतर हाऊ मे आय हेल्प यू लिहिले तर हाऊ कॅन आय हेल्प यू पण चालतं ना?
Chalte. You can use.
Okay.
But it is more formal, and I can say more polite will be, how may I help you? So usually if you go in any bank, usually private bank, in government bank, it is not like that. But in any private bank, if you go in one table, you'll find this plate. How may I help you? Something like this. So it means that if you have any questions, you can ask them and they will help you. Okay, all right. So I'll make it clear. And with this, now we'll think of some reading comprehension passages which are there in notes. Okay, there also we'll think that how we should try. I think that yesterday we discussed, or do you require more practice about reading comprehension? Or should we go back for tenses? You people just give me. Okay, we'll discuss few passages here, and then we people will go for tenses. Okay, all right. So we people will think about this reading comprehension. This is also a skill which is required for, not for just getting marks. Don't think of this ISC only. Limited thinking should not be there. You people have to think about that, how you people can work for it when you people will be working in organization. As I told you yesterday, once you started working, you people are going to get lots of emails, reports, or sometimes some documents, notices, etc. And in that case, it is important that you people have to understand such documents, and then you people are expected to reproduce in such documents in your own words. So therefore, reading comprehension is important in your professional life. Maybe personal life, nobody is going to ask you that what you read and what you understand. But in professional life, it is expected that certain letters, documents, memo, notices, and lot many documentation is there. Okay, so therefore, you people will go through this. I think that we have discussed this yesterday. Is it? काल झालं नाही? Read the passage given carefully वगैरे. You just reply someone yes or no. Have it done or not? Okay, let it be. We'll revise it. If not, so what you people have to expected to do in this? So this is ability to understand something. So in context with language studies, comprehension is an exercise where content is understood, incorporated, and reproduced in your own words. So this is the important factor. So first of all, you people have to read it, you people have to understand it, you people have to interpret it, and then you people have to produce it, reproduce it in your own words, in your own understanding. Okay, don't try to copy as it is. Whatever given there, don't try to write it down as it is. So an engineering professional has to understand technical as well as non-technical concepts. So as I just told you people that you people are going to come across with so many documents in your professional life. Maybe it may be technicals, they may be non-technicals also. So therefore it is necessary that you people try to understand these concepts well, ideas or messages at workplace, and thus there is a need of understanding the unfamiliar content by paying careful attention to the context and reproducing same if required. So always or usually it happens with us that whatever content we people are going to read, it is unknown to us, it is unfamiliar to us, or it is difficult. Sometimes we have not read such kind of words and documents in our earlier maybe life. So that time it becomes difficult for us first of all to understand and then reproduce it. So therefore you people have to pay careful attention to the context, and then if it is required, then in that case you have to reproduce it. Before joining an industry, an engineering student has to face a recruitment process where comprehension used as a tool to find out how well a candidate understands content and language. So sometimes you might be given one passages in campus placements. Usually there are tests. First of all, there is aptitude test. So in aptitude test, some companies add this comprehension also. Some companies ask you people to write down paragraph also, and some companies ask questions based on synonyms, antonyms, prefix, suffix, and verbal ability also. So why these companies they add such kind of comprehension in their recruitment process? Because they wanted to see how candidate understands the content, given content, how does he or she understands, and how language of that particular candidate is, whether he is well in English or whether he does not understand much English. That will be found out from this reading comprehension section. So if you just go through these tips, read the given passage carefully. First step, you people have to read the given passage carefully, and it is possible that in one reading perhaps you may not understand, so maybe second reading is required. So second reading also you should do with careful reading, and then you people just go through questions. And when you are reading it, so at that time you people have to pay attention, that try to understand the central idea of the passage. Okay, so when you are focusing on this central idea, so that time you just try to understand what writer trying to convey to the readers. Okay, and then once you got what central idea is, एक विषय काय, theme काय आहे या paragraph, कशाबद्दल paragraph आहे, so that you need to understand, and then you people will just go to the questions. Then next tip is that read the questions carefully and try to locate the answers from given paragraph. Okay, so then you understand the question, what question is being asked to you, and then you people are going to find out, locate the answer which is in paragraph or passage. Sometimes directly answer you people will find in the paragraph. Sometimes you need to search it. Sometimes answer is at one place only. Sometimes answer may be scattered in 2 to 3 places here and there. So that time you have to collect those sentences and you people have to write down answers. So next, the problem may arise like this. If you find any difficult word, try to understand its meaning with reference to the context. So as I told you that in case of this, you know that younger man with a run as springy as an antelope's bound. Okay, so in this case, all you know, but you don't know meaning of springy. So what you are going to do? You are going to guess that meaning from the context. So context is what? Young, tall, and man with a run, हे सगळं कळतंय. Antelopes bound पण कळतंय. So you are going to guess the meaning of this springy from this context. Okay, so like this, you people try to guess meaning, understand meaning from the context. And next tip is that try to understand the tone of the author. Tone of the author, whether writer is trying to give some message, whether he's criticizing, whether he's appealing, whether he's requesting something, whether he's asking some social issues, something like this. So that you people have to understand. So try to understand the tone of the author. Answer in full sentences. This is also important, that you people have to answer in full sentences. If it is simple factual questions, so in that case, don't write in one word only. You write it in complete sentence. Don't copy the lines from the passage as they are. Instead of that, you can write it in your own words also. If you understand it completely, then you can write it in your own words. But take care that while writing in your own words, don't make mistakes of grammar, spelling, etc. Okay. So let's see here one paragraph given, and this paragraph is like, see, we'll read it. It says, Kumble is a tall young man with a run as springy as an antelope's bound. His long, bony finger can easily spin a ball. He is the second bowler in 122 years to take all 10 wickets in an innings. His record spell, 10 for 74 against Pakistan at the Firozshah Kotla, helped India win the second test. The only other person to have taken 10 wickets in an innings was Jim Laker, whose figures are 10 for 53. After the last wicket was taken, Kumble couldn't find the ball. He wanted to keep it as memento. Well, luckily his friend Venkatesh Prasad had it and gave it to him. Kumble believes in 3 Ds: determination, discipline, and dedication. Minutes before flying to Sharjah for a test match, he had the time and concern to telephone a young boy who was seriously ill and almost certain to die. It made the boy's last day happy. They say he is a matador who looks like a chess player. Okay, so this is simply passage. So now when you people read this passage, what you understand, first of all, will come to know that this passage is about a person. So about whom is this passage? This passage is about Kumble. Okay, and all you people know Anil Kumble it is. Okay, so it is talking about his record, his ability, his some characteristics as a person, some characteristics as a player. And now if you have read it and if you understand it, it is okay, but it is possible that sometimes it is not simple for all people to understand it in one go. So they can go back and read it once again, and then you people are going to read for questions. Okay, now people will see that first question is here: what was the thing that Kumble wanted to keep it as memento? And there are two questions. Another question: who gave it to him? Okay, so now don't just read answer directly which is given here. So we people will just understand question. First thing, that what was the thing that Kumble wanted to keep it as memento? So what was thing which Kumble wanted to keep it? So many of the students will find that he wanted to keep it as memento, and they will write that much an answer only. Okay, so but in this line there is no answer. So who will tell me answer for this? So what is answer for first question here? What was the thing that Kumble wanted to keep it as memento? Hmm? Tell me answer for this question. What was the thing that Kumble wanted to keep?
The last wicket was taken.
So last wicket was taken. Was it a thing? So Kumble wanted to keep one thing. And which thing? That the
Ball.
Ball.
Cricket
yes,
ball.
yes, all you people are right. Vaishnavi also. He wanted to keep the ball. So answer is the ball. But should we write only the ball? As I told, we people have discussed that you people have to write it in complete sentence. So you people are going to write down that Kumble wanted the ball to keep as memento. And now there is one more question. Who gave it to him? कुणी दिला मग त्याला तो?
Captain Venkatesh Prasad.
Yes, because after last wicket, Kumble wanted to find the ball, but he could not find it. So that ball with was someone else. So that someone else, the person is that Venkatesh Prasad. So how you are going to write answer? You are going to write that Venkatesh Prasad gave the ball to Kumble. So here you people completed answer for this, and you are going to get mark for this question. So similarly, you people are going to read second question. Second question is that who was Jim Laker? Jim Laker कौन आहे? You people see the paragraph and tell me who was the Jim Laker. You can read from the passage. Passage मधूनच सांगायचं. So in passage, where is Jim Laker? You are going to find out Jim Laker. So now tell me who is Jim Laker?
Jim Laker is a person who have taken 10 wickets in an innings.
Yes, exactly. So Jim Laker is only other person. You people have to use this other person. Okay, only other person to have taken 10 wickets in an innings. Okay, so first person that is Anil Kumble and another person is Jim Laker. Okay, so additionally, if it is required, it is not required at all. Question is only who is Jim Laker. So Jim Laker was the only other person who have taken 10 wickets in an innings. Then next question 3, what are the 3 Ds that Kumble believes in? So now you have to answer what are 3 Ds that Kumble believes in.
Determination, discipline, and dedication.
Determination, discipline, and dedication.
Yes, all you people. This is very simple question. You people have to answer. Kumble believes in 3 Ds: determination, discipline, and dedication in complete sentence. Then next number 4, how did Kumble make the boys last day happy? How did Kumble make the boys last day happy? कसं बनवलं त्यानं?
Minute before flying to Sharjah for a test match, he had
the
the time
and conservative.
अर्धवटच आहे का?
and the concert to telephone a young boy who was seriously ill and almost certain to die.
Yes, exactly. So this is the answer. How made he the boys last day happy? Because actually he is a player, well-known, popular, famous player. So simply he could have thought that why should I call any boy who is there, and I should just talk to him, and anyway he is seriously ill and he is going to die. But Kumble did not think like this. So what he did, so there are short time, he's a lot of busy and he's going to fly Sharjah. Sharjah is the name of place of that particular name of that stadium. Okay, so there is match ahead, but still he had the time. Okay, he took some time and he has some worry, concern, and then he made phone to that young boy, and that boy was seriously ill and he's about to die. But still, your answer should be like this: Kumble had taken time out and concerned to telephone a young boy who was seriously ill and almost die, and it made that boy's last day happy. Okay, so this way you people have to write down answer. Then next question number 5, find the words from the passage which means the same as each of the following. So here 3 words are given and you people have to find out the similar meaning words. So here, like a graceful leaping deer. So answer is antelope or antelope's bound. A remembrance means memento. And batting period in cricket match, this is innings. Okay. Uh, then next last question, that what sort of identification is given to Kumble. So last line of this passage, you people can read it, that they say he's a matador. So you can say, instead of saying they say, you people have to answer like that, the he is a matador who looks like a chess player. This identity is given to Kumble. Okay, so this way you people just try to understand that how passages can be tricky. These are simple passages, but there could be some passages which are having difficulty, more difficulty level. Difficulty level of these passages is medium, simple, but you may just don't just think of simple passages only. You just think of medium difficulty level, and there are some passages which are extremely difficult also. But all you people have to take care that you people are going to uh, answer difficult passages also. So for that you can just refer to the internet, try to search on internet some reading comprehension passages and go through it every day. One passage you can do. Don't do it for me, okay? So don't do it for just sake of that what you people are wanted to do for the purpose of exam or for the purpose of just maybe marks. It shouldn't be. Rather than you people have to think that how you can become different than others, your reading skills, your understanding, and your everything, that should be improved. So in that case you people need to just practice like this, and you should not expect that somebody will tell you and then you will do. No? Every day from the internet you just choose one paragraph, read it, and try to answer on that. So it will help you a lot. Your vocabulary will be improved, your reading skills will be improved, your understanding will be improved, your knowledge about that particular topic will be improved. So lots of things will be improved. So you people keep practicing like this. So that's all about unit number 3 and unit number 4 we people have discussed from the perspective of ISC second. कुणाला काय शंका आहेत का? रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेन्शन बद्दल कुणाला काय अडचणी येतात का?
No, sir.
हां, ओके. Okay, so all right. Maybe in next class, I think we will continue with tenses. We will finish these tenses because now there is nothing to teach. Reading comprehension, I cannot teach you anything. Dialogue writing, I have discussed one paragraph, one dialogue, and I think that is sufficient. You people can just think of other dialogues, how you can write, and from notes also, people read the given responses and try to write down different dialogues. Every day, as I told you, you can write down one dialogue, one paragraph, and one reading comprehension passage. You practice it daily. You can take a time, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. 5 minutes you give for writing one dialogue, 5 minutes for writing one paragraph, and 5 minutes for reading comprehension and answering questions based on it. If you really want to improve your English for oral communication also and for written communication also. So with this, I think that we'll stop here today. We'll confirm absent numbers and we'll stop. Yes.
असाइनमेंटची लिंक नाही पाठवली, मग असाइनमेंट सबमिट कसं करायचं?
I will talk to your class coordinator today, and if she is going to submit, then she will submit. If not, then I myself will share one link. What about other subjects assignment submission? How you submit it?
त्यांची लिंक पाठवली, मग आम्ही लिंकवर अपलोड करतो PDF करून.
Okay, she has not made any link here. Okay, I will talk to her and I will add one more link here. Okay, yesterday also we discussed, but I could not have talk with her. So today I will talk with her and I will make it available. Maybe in the afternoon you will get it immediately. You can submit at that. Okay. So absent numbers for today: roll number 12 and 13, 15, 32, 35, 36, 38, 60, 67, 68. Is anyone present out of these numbers? And here also today I would like to tell that some students are just joining for a sake of attendance. Roll number 66. Is my voice audible? Ruturaj. Is it audible, Ruturaj? You are joining just before 5 to 10 minutes before. And this shows that your concern, your maybe how you think about the subject and etc. So you're not having any kind of concern regarding this. You are coming here to just show attendance only. You are present for the lecture. And if I ask that, you will just give me the same answer that there was network issue. Okay, all right. So we will stop here. In next class, we people will continue tenses. I will end it for everybody. So thank you for joining today.